All right, today is Monday. Pick a pile. Welcome back to the channel. It's the third video for today. Overall, you will have 3 in the video bar. We're going to go with pile number 1. It starts after 9 seconds. This is your booklet for today. It starts with a Kipper card. So I'm going to have you just take a little moment. If you chose this pile, it begins now. Okay, so the first one is thoughts. Somebody's thinking of you, or there are thoughts racing at this time. Maybe a little like overthinking is what I'm getting with pile number 16. The Kipper card, actually, it discusses someone's thoughts on you. It's actually the first one that I mentioned. So it's somebody thinking of you. It can be romantic, or they just have an admiration toward you, Libras. And this is only your pick a pile today. It's not a combined zodiac sign. Somebody has thoughts for you. I feel like what I pick up is it's periodic. You know, it's not a huge clump of it every day, but it's spread throughout their day. Also, it can be your thoughts, and alternatively and interchangeably. So we're going to figure out where it continues to go. We have the Sun card, happiest card in the deck, and it's Leo. You could recognize that Leo is in a lot of readings lately. It could be bringing up your cheer in Aquarius season. I can't help but notice like happiness, because in the Sun card we see sunflowers, an overjoyed and jovial, beautiful child here in the 19th major arcana card. 19 rounds to a 10, so 10s could be something that you see if this is a resonating reading for you. And sometimes it won't resonate at all. You'll just see themes here that you've been kind of going through the last couple days. The thoughts card that shows up in the first initial spot, it speaks of that maybe even telepathic ability to keep connecting to someone, or even establishing a boundary where, you know, at some points you have to also let go too. You have to live your life for what it is. In pile number 1, there could be a romantic inference, or you are just handling thoughts under the Sun energy and breaking through to the other side. Okay, so let's continue. We have a rainbow. This is the very first tea leaf. We have rainbow with a multitude of a spectrum of colors. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. We just spoke of those 10s, the completion. This would be the marker of a new beginning, because if you recognize after a huge rainstorm, right, or a snowstorm even, when we see the spectrum of colors come into our day, or we get taken off guard by it, it actually is a new beginning sign, the rainbows. So that could mean something. Also, you have a play on sun, which is going on in your read today. There's an interaction with this Leo energy. Okay, could be a new beginning with someone. Let's see what else you have to connect it. We have vine, seek out information that's going to help you. Okay, vine. And I'm just going to put it right here by the sun. A lot of new growth from the sun to the plant here. I also see plantation. Maybe you're planting a seed as well in this period. I am going to timestamp today's reading only. I traditionally do not do that for pick a piles. I just let you select. Today will be sort of a time element to it, okay? We're going to have, the next one is dog barking, advice from a friend. All right, so it's looking like this is the first environmental outside tea leaf that you have. Dog barking, advice from a friend. It could be about something you think about, or its support. It comes in as dogs have a very masculine energy to them, not so much female when you think of a dog. But it could be a loyalist in your group, a very good friend that continues to talk to you, someone who's supportive, and can have good banter. So I think there's a nice person around you, Libras, a good friend, trustworthy, that's also coming in with the dog. And they bring in advice from somewhere in pile number 1, maybe adding to your sun energy too. And we have a overall love card. This is a tea leaf where there's no advice at the bottom. We just have love. Okay, love to planting a seed with the vine. It says seek out information that will help you. Okay, so we're going to choose from the tarot decks. I do have the Awaken. What can we use today? We have animals here, with a lot of animals. And we're going to choose a conclusion, just one from the Chinese Zodiac Oracle. There's the backing. Okay, so I'm going to randomly do it for this particular one. Seems like there's plantation, a lot of Leo energy, and we do have a rainbow. I heard stop there. Okay, take the other card too. And so there's going to be 2 for this particular pile, and I don't know what they are. Have no idea. And we're going to choose one from here. I'm going to shuffle. For pile number 1, your advice is going to come from here too. The oracles today are all going to be from Oracle. And there's the advice there. Know your worth. Wow. Big sign. That could be what the conversation here is with a good friend. It could be about your worth and how you've grown. It's something about a good friend's advice that will be bringing a good cheer to your day. Knowing your worth with the skunk spirit. And that would be the advice for this pile. Let's check out the others. You have water ox. This came out in our singles read today. It's something about softness. Softness and gentleness is what you have. Okay, water energy. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your big 3. And that could be coming in as like emotional sage advice. You have 54 and 50 as numbers. I feel like this friend of yours who maybe continually has thoughts, or it even could be a romantic one, they bring in sage advice to help you remember the value of your worth. Because it seems here in the photo, this woman hasn't recognized it yet. She could be a Queen of Cups or a Queen of Pentacles. So this good friend who currently thinks of you will offer a softness and gentleness to your situation. Maybe even giving some of that softness and gentleness back to you. Okay, it's like a reminder today about that. So we have Leo. You're thinking of brighter days. I immediately see yellow with your other advice. It says, let go of control. This was in the singles read too. And we shuffled quite a bit. We shuffled a lot with that Chinese Zodiac Oracle. These are like major markers when I see oracles come back out again. When I see them repeat, I can't help but think they're a message for the day. So we have softness and gentleness, let go of control. There might be like too much control placed on a situation, dealing with love at this time. Okay, so letting go of that and just letting the natural flow, let people come to you and also show what they have to offer. I feel like maybe you're over a season of overdoing that, or maybe being overgiving in pile number 1. So let me just marinate on the advice here. It seems like there's very few outside influences, just the thoughts card and a dog barking advice from a friend. Let's check out your tarot cards that finalize this. So I'm going to choose, let's do 4, so the piles aren't forever here. And you can go about your day today. What is this vine card telling us about seeking out information? Create a strategy. 7 of Swords. Create your own strategy here. Make plans for the future. There is a certain person that you wished in the past it was. Okay, I also feel like your opinions have been changing on this person. It's about strategizing a new plan and how you can work around it. We're looking at the highest advice today. This isn't a very good card usually in tarot. It speaks of deception and lies. But when it goes down to the source of a person planning and strategizing, this person can actually create goals when they strategize. So I feel like it's almost here making a plan to head out into a new direction with that 7 of Swords. It's not always a negative card. Let go of control. You do have this sun energy. Let's look at that. What's the final on the sun? What's the final? Let's check it out with the sun card. I'm going to get 2 to make it 3 here so far. 8 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is about relaxation, and this is a break card. This is about your beauty rest. It's also rejuvenating, right? That's the 4 of Swords, and it's Libra energy. You have advice here about your sun to take the most amount of time that you need. It is rejuvenation at the end of the day. I feel like it's important for Libras because we spend so much time giving. It's a big part of why we keep giving. It's also a huge part of your authentic self and your lightheartedness. Spirit and Source are saying take the time that you do need to adjust to a new situation, or even if it's a relationship here that you're working on. Give it complete time. That way you have clarity going into a new situation. I think that's why this planning and strategy card came out, because it's time to write it down. It's time to really think about it and how to accomplish it in your 3D. Okay? And the next one is the 8 of Wands. You might see this card again this week. It is talking about communication, progression, things improving. It moves fast, that 8 of Wands. It's fire energy. And so any Wands card has that property. Things are moving at a rapid rate when we look at wands. Six of Wands is also like that. You could rise into recognition very fast, depending on what you do. So today, all it's saying is that some of your communication is needed, okay? Sometimes if you've become a shy Libra, or you've become someone that's hermited a long time, your expression has dimmed, right? Your confidence levels have gone down, or maybe you don't talk as much as you used to. What's going on here with this card is it's saying it's an integral part of you moving up, okay? Your communication is needed at this time for people who are actually healing, and that might be a part of your light working in pile number 1. So the rest and the communication to others, asking for help or even support, is a big, big deal here. And I feel like you have a specific person that comes through with that dog barking. It's one of your first tea leaves. And I feel like somebody comes through and actually helps you out on a random day this week with dog barking. Beautiful. There's a lot of emotional complexes, but there's also a physical sun that comes in with those sunflowers and a jovial pick-me-up. Okay? So pile number 1, please take your messages. They were here for you. I'm going to put this down and then I'm going to clean up. We're going to start pile number 2 and the messages you need to hear at this time for your intuition and what you just need to know at 11:24. Okay, so your next pile, and these were also selected with the tea leaves beforehand. We're going to look at your advice. We have bridge in pile number 2. You're crossing something. It says successfully overcoming a period of problems. Okay, and we have the bridge card. So it's a red bridge. You could have grown up looking at something like this. It's showing me San Francisco as well. It's kind of giving me the Golden Gate Bridge. You're crossing a platform. That's what it's showing. You're ending up from here, the starting point of maybe where you felt the 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and you're going over into something mysterious. That's what I'm getting. It's a mysterious new beginning. We have a second tea leaf. I didn't think so. I thought they were tarot cards after. It says wind chimes, peace, and harmony. Libras have this harmony to them. They also have incredible balance and incredible practical skills with people. So wind chimes. That's like coming in as an intuit, as a secret power for pile number 2. You could be assessing situations now with that peacefulness, or you could have healed. And let's say you offer this now in your situations and your environment. Wind chimes are ringing, so it's also an audible noise. We see here that it's a time of peace and harmony coming up as well. Okay, no more stress. Also, no more outside influences that clutter, because I'm feeling that too. It's a time of harmony for you. Harmony lends to the 3 of Cups. Nice. Okay. So far it's aligned. We'll see if it misaligns in a second. We have the 3 of Cups. You could be walking into more friendly situations. I saw this in personals over the weekend. It could be closer communications. I feel like it's newer people too. They're not old faces. And it's a transformation time with this 3 of Cups. Let's see what else your messages bring. 6 of Wands. Okay, that's a recognition card. We all know that. And the Chariot. Beautiful. Cancer ends this. Also, it begins with a little Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio too, with those 3 ladies. Something here in your reading is telling me that you might receive, the wind chimes again is an audible noise. You might hear it from somebody's mouth. The wind chimes can be something that you hear, maybe music. It's a message that's brought to you during this period of time that you're supposed to be looking out for, or even visually looking for, because it brings some type of success. It could be a message about an occupation you're about to enter in, or something that you may have graduated from. Take it how it resonates. You could have graduated from anything. We will look at this also, Leo energy, which is doubled up. It's in the first read and here. The wreath, if you look very closely to this man entering from possibly winning something, or there's been a victory. It reminds me of Alexander the Great. This wreath is a sign of hope and prosperity. So you're going into a time of that. And the 3 of Cups can also be looked at as prosperous conversations and friendships, which could be new for this Libra that I'm reading for. It can be a time where hermiting was really, really long. So let's see who places here. You seem to have a Cancer in your reading, a Chariot, or this is you. where momentum is something that you're practicing in the current. Okay, could be with your skill set. It could be something that you're starting out and you know nothing about, but it's a good type of scary. So let's see here. We're going to choose 2 cards from the Light Seers. I'm going to go with the top 2, and I didn't see them, as you guys saw. Empress, nice. That's how you appear in this stage. Taurus and Libra energy, if it's already resonating. The 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups at the top of the deck. Really abundant, like going into this new season. Your message here is that you'll find wish fulfillment denotations. You'll find what it feels like, is what I hear. Going to an Empress, okay? This is the second time today we saw her. Of course, it's different depictions of artwork, but it's the second time we've seen her today. Okay, it's like a career success too. Maybe people are cheering you on in this next season. They're more of your soul tribe. They click with you is another way I could describe this. I feel like you get along well with these people coming up. Peace and harmony. I feel like this is going to be a divine feminine message as opposed to masculine, but you can also be clicking with this because we're going to look at advice. Excuse me for my voice too. What's the advice for the 3 of Cups? What's happening here with these people who are jovial, extremely happy, and they are clicking in some advance? We have be at home, wombat spirit. Okay. He kind of looks like a grizzly bear. And it looks like with him wearing the crown there, this is what's activated with a green stone. I'm going to show you one more time. Green stone is at the top. It's asking you to go back home. It's asking you to go to a place of comfortability, your genuine self, where you feel like topics and subjects of conversation are very comfortable for you. I think these people will bring it out, okay, and make you more of a, it's almost like this Empress will be complete with these relationships. And also you have something to provide. It does deal with something at home or your heart space with this wombat. Being your authentic self and the genuine things that you can offer. Sometimes it's the little things that you can offer where people are just jovial in that and they're able to appreciate the basic things that you bring to the table. It doesn't even have to be something startling or surprising. So it says be at home. It says co-create with spirit at this time. You could really, really love birds in this stage or in this moment of tarot watching or the things that you associate with at this time or you see them. We have a crow. It's not a raven. Usually they are the ones too that tell us the secrets, right? That are going on in our environment or who's talking or what's being told. During this peaceful, harmonious time in your life, I feel like it's an in-between. Something's coming in here to say it's an in-between before going on to something great in your life. And it's time to co-create and put that out into the universe. It's time to expose what that thing is. And pile number 2. Co-creation with 17. That is an 8. So this could have been a round and round journey. And now you're finally stepping onto a new platform with this bridge card. You're being allowed to make the leap. Whether or not you're ready, I feel like it's just time with divine timing. You have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. You have another one here too. Prosperity lies ahead with new moon in Taurus. Taurus people could be influencing your life at this time, like really gracious Taurans. I feel like they connect with you too. Synchronicity is that both of you are ruled by Venus. Taurus says there. Libras and Tauruses could be getting along in this story or you have them in your life. Prosperity lies ahead. It matches too. This is what's really rather, I would say, punchy about this reading is prosperity can be associated again to these new relationships. There could be people coming in here that have the same goal. Taurus is a fixed sign, so they really love the interactions between family, gatherings. Usually they really like events. So there's something here about birthing that time for you. It could be a time, Libra, where you're completely out and you are that outgoing Libra that people remember. Okay, there's something about that relationship. It says work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. It's a new moon card. Scorpions could be something that you see at this time. I look out for spirit animals, and I'll tell you why. You get shown through sometimes media. Could be scrolling through your feed, watching a movie at night with your family or yourself, and you see some of these spirit animals. So if you've caught them in this video today, they could be saying a bigger message about transformation, and also birds are messengers, as we mentioned in the last pick-a-pile. Okay, so upbeatness to this read is the bridge. It's a huge insignia about crossing over into something new. You could be trying something new, or it's a period of trial, and it lends to a new beginning headed by an empress, okay? You could be a Taurus today and be watching, and this can also resonate for you. Let's look at your advice, the last few. We're going to pick 3 for pile number 2. What is your advice? Pile number 2's advice. Thank you. There's one peeking out a little bit stronger. Walking, what does that say? Waking the warrior within. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm sensing here where somebody downplayed their skills in the past, or you may have acted small. You're actually a hidden warrior. People are going to see this in this new chapter. I would say this is all of February, because we're going to timestamp it. Be at home too. So it could be about culture, how you were raised, sticking to your guns. Something about culture too is coming in. Very heavy that you stay true to that original part of you. Could be something to deal with like both parents also. And metal tiger is your last advice. With this white tiger, it reminds me of who are those guys in Las Vegas? They were like, they always would do tricks. Siegfried and Roy. It reminds me of their white tigers. And we saw them when I was little with my dad. He would always take us to the Luxor so we could see them. It says, release your attachments at this time. Some of these attachments too could have been, and I do need to mention it because I'm picking up on an ex that may have stagnated you, or there's certain people here that played a role in making you appear small, pile number 2. So with 27, it's time to release those intuitive gifts. It's a very intuitive animal if you've ever read about the white tiger. And there's something here about the fall, because I can't help but look at the leaves from the past. Something could have changed internally with you from the outside in during the fall. I want to mention that. That's where it may have been at its peak, or it may have been the most rough then. And that is 27. It breaks to a 9. Again, we keep seeing 9s today. And it's something about going back to the original you, okay? So it's something to be unleashed here. Could be talents that you also have, okay? Talents, and maybe people will see through that, something that comes shining through. Last advice is this card. It came out again. This was in the original video that set forth for the singles today. It is this all white, very pure angel. It says, metal snake, embrace the great transformation. Your transformation is during this in-between weird time that you're going through. It could be an adjustment to the old you. The metal tiger could have learned several lessons here that are now finite in the story. Also, you could have grown away from a particular group of people. And this is a very beautiful animal when it's isolated, right? It stands out from the crowd. Also, you could have pictures of tigers in your home, Libra. Or there's an attachment here to like a clothing with a tiger on it. You are meant to be this very white, and it's 2 cards. There's purification happening in this season, and it's also preparing you for new relationships with that 3 of Cups. Okay, that's all I have for you. Hidden success too with the other Leo card in this reading. I want to thank you for your time. Pick up your messages because they are here for you today. Spirit animals are all over the place in these readings, and also the bigger messages about succession. This person seems to be moving by will. You know, the chariot is being driven by willpower and also making adjustments so that there could be flow. There's something also about that. And I just want to remind you that this individual metal tiger could be going on to bigger and brighter things in the future. Some of those things could surprise this tiger as well. I want to thank you for your time. I hope you adjusted well to these little cues. We had a little bit of culture too that was going on in this reading, as well as transformation. So something about your past and where you truly come from. Might even be showing these new counterparts here what that's all about. and maybe even teaching someone about nationality, maybe even trade skills, and also maybe something about your own culture that someone else will appreciate. So I want to thank you for your time very much. I will see you guys in tomorrow's videos. Again, I'll see you guys in a future read.